Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Los Angeles Chronicles, episode 32, underground podcast, recording from Los Angeles. It is Saturday morning. I'm your host, Malcolm. So we have some news updates and interesting news. So everybody's heard about the LA fires, but now we have floods too. So karmic retributions. And we've been dealing with it. So I've been driving a lot, actually 13 hours a day. Oh yeah, yesterday, I think I set a world record. I went to LAX 4 times. So one time at 4 o'clock in the morning, and the next time was 2 old guys took him to the airport. And then the third time, I took a supervisor to the airport. So she was working there, and actually got her the contact information to apply for a job there. It's called G2 Securities or something. I applied online, like on Indeed, and then let her know about it. So pretty good chance of getting that. So hopefully I get that. That's a stable job, more stable than what I'm doing right now, because I was able to survive so far for about 5 months or 6 months off of what I'm doing, but it's definitely not stable and not worth it too. And then the last person was a friend of mine. I took her to the airport, to LAX. So, and then after that, there's a lot of work too. So yeah, breaking news: LA firefighter gets caught in a mudslide and then gets the car pushed off the highway, PCH, and then escapes the car. And the motivation behind that was to be with his family, so the kids would still have a dad. So I was thinking about how much that would suck to be a firefighter, going through all this, and then to go through the flood and have that happen to you too, like a traumatizing kind of thing. So it goes to show like what people are capable of doing when you rise to the occasion, and that kind of like life-threatening situation, and what to do to save your own life. So yeah, he pretty much like rescued himself, like rescued people and then rescued himself. So yeah, I want to give a mad shout out to Jimenez and Sons tax returns. If you are looking for a new place to go get your taxes done, definitely go to them if you are in the LA area. No, they did not pay me to say that, but yeah, man, I feel like I'm like part of the whole family up there when I go there. So, yeah, good people, and they're on Sunset in Los Angeles, like in the Echo Park area. Always good to catch up with them. Been going there for like 5 years, man. What else? President Trump discontinues pennies. Guess this makes sense when they're talking about like it costs 3 cents to make the penny. So then this is like millions of dollars that has been being wasted from the pennies. And then I'm thinking, like, I grew up with pennies and used to live with this. Me personally, my mom's boyfriend was like real bipolar, like a hoarder, hoard things like stupid stuff like toys from Burger King from 1980 something, and then he had pennies all over his house. So when I needed money, I would roll up the pennies and then go take the pennies to buy a CD, because back then you would buy the CD for $15. So then the guys that worked at the store used to get pissed and be like, "This guy doesn't know what paper money is, man." But then, like, what are we gonna do without pennies though? Are they gonna make up something like zinc or nickels or something, So yeah, we'll see now I sound like Trump, like, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Yeah. And then they talk about like that saves millions, but then to save trillions, then you would have to cut like the big stuff like Social Security and get into that, and then the Medicaid and Social Security. So yeah. Trying to keep up with it though. So yeah, North Hollywood shooting at the metro station, like blocks away from the metro on Lankershim. I was a resident for 4 years in North Hollywood, so I definitely know that area. It's not the nicest area around that station. There's some, I think North Hollywood doesn't get it doesn't get known. It's not known for being like a ghetto kind of place, but there's a big population and like a lot of apartments, and so like I was a vendor over there, and then if the soda sold more, then we would say like, what's going on with this area? Is there like a lot of apartments because it's a more crowded area? That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, there's a shooting. I don't know the details, but they filmed the shooting from across the street, and then the guy got away, and it happened at like 1 a.m. on a Saturday near that metro. And when I lived with my stepdad on Lankershim and Magnolia, it was like walking distance from that underground metro station. So he would take that every day, and we lived nearby. So what I would do now is and when I was in Burbank, it was easier to take that metro underground and then get out. You would get out on Hollywood and Highland, and then like, let's say for example you wanted to go to the Hollywood Bowl. That was like the smartest way to do that would be to park your car and then go underground, and it's fun too. And then go take that. You can go to the Universal Studios, and then the next stop would be Hollywood and Vine, and then walk to the Hollywood Bowl if you're smart enough to do that. So yeah, met an interesting character at Lyft. Boots Riley. He was a film director, writer-director, and musician in the underground, or hip hop in the 90s, and then some projects with like Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. So I was checking out all his stuff on a lot of videos, and haven't sat down and watched the film yet, but heard a lot of good things about it. Like there's a lot of original elements to it. So had a 30-minute conversation with him, and I think I remember the preview to it when it came out, but I never watched it. But definitely good experience to meet him. He's from like Oakland, California. So what else? Another customer was talking about like the technology about this AI is like the stuff going on now. They can make videos of. They can know everything about you, about what you post online, and then generate some video of your grandma, for example, and that's scary. So a friend of mine is talking to someone from a different country that he's never met, and girlfriend. So then some of the friends are worried about him that like he's going to get ripped off, and that's not a real person, or that's really a guy. So I hope that doesn't happen to him. And while I'm on this subject, I hope that doesn't happen to me too, because I'm not talking to anybody like that. But now's I think we gotta like take responsibility for ourselves to not go into stuff like that, and to meet people for real, as opposed to online dating or videos. And I think it'd be even better if like society like abolishes some of the forms of technology before the robots get too out of hand. They start coming here and murdering people, because it's already going on with these Waymos. I would not get in one of those self-driving cars, and I've seen a bunch of them because I'm out there, So you're basically going to see those in Hollywood, West Hollywood, and downtown LA. And then after that, if I'm wrong, leave a comment if you've seen them in other areas, but those are the three main areas. So there's already been problems with those, and you think the robot's going to care like whether you live or die. So if you're stupid enough to get into one of those, then there's only a matter of time before they make like self-driving airplanes. And if you say that now, they're like, yeah, that's utterly preposterous. I'm not going to get into the airplane. But then maybe in 5 years later, people will be like lining up to buy cheap airplane tickets that have self-driving airplanes. What do you think? So it's scary, but what can you do? And then another thing, LA, some restaurant called the Pantry closed down in downtown LA. It's been there for like 100 years, and I've been listening to a lot of news, you can tell. So it's actually on KNX 1070 News Radio, which turned 100 as well. So then this restaurant's 100 years old, and they closed it down. And then the customers are the customers aren't protesting, but the workers are protesting outside the restaurant. What else? I think a woman got trapped in her car on the PCH. Not just the firefighter, but now I can't find the story about the lady that got trapped in her car. But then I was telling my mom about it, and then she's like worried about it. So yeah. But it was a good rain. Got some new windshield wipers. Got the tire rotation. Oh yeah, I recommend them. I heard from a friend. So America's Tires, you can get free tire rotation, and then when you go there, they're gonna walk out and check your car for free. And then I went to 2 different locations, and then they both inspected the windshield wipers as well, which I got new windshield wipers from O'Reilly's, and I installed them, but they're gonna ask you how much they are. That's their deal. So I was like, yeah, it was $38, and then he comes out and says like, we'll put them on there for $32. And anyway, when you go get the free tire rotation, he's gonna ask you to like, for the balance your tires, and that's gonna be $40. So I just gave him the $40 and waited. The only thing is, like, I think I was up there waiting for like an hour and a half, and then I ended up walking around and went to the Goodwill just to go in there and look at what they had, and then went to Chick-fil-A and then came back. So yeah, I recommend them, because there's also some kind of like warranty where if your tire blows out on the freeway, you can go there and get it replaced for free. And then what else? I'll do a music recommendation too. So this is gonna be a short episode, man. So what else? The Coop, like COUP. That's the group that guy was in. So I checked him out. I'm like, man, how come I haven't heard these guys before? So it was them. The one with Tom Morello, like it was alright, but they played on the 9 Inch Nails Jane's Addiction tour, and that was called the Ninja Tour. And I actually saw the Las Vegas show for free, and that was an amazing experience. But I didn't see them though. But I'd say not Perry Farrell, who's the guy? Yeah, Dave Navarro. He's badass guitarist. He's actually like, I've seen him live too, and that guy can probably play anything, man. So who else? That was just a weird time for music though, like in 2010, and then that's when we had my album come out, and we were passionate about it, but it was just a weird timing for hip hop, because of course we listened to like the hip hop from like 15 years before, but if you wanted real good rap back then, you would go dig for it. And then that's when like Lil Wayne was big, and then who else? Yeah, music was just weird looking back, and then that was 15 years ago. So then if 2010 was 15 years ago, and then 15 years before that was 1995, so it was kind of like a middle stage as opposed to like where I'm at now. So and the movie was called like Sorry to Bother You, and there's another one called I'm a Virgo, and I watched the trailers, and yeah, really original stuff that guy's doing. So, and then we were talking about Saul Bass. He did the titles for Psycho, so I didn't know that he made a movie too, and that was called Phase 4. And I'd like to see the whole thing because I watched the preview, and wow, yeah, check him out. I think he died. I don't know if he's still living or not, but you know, Bernard Herrmann died though, and then Taxi Driver was the last thing he did. So yeah, I'd like to see a movie, but I haven't gone. But there's another one called the Vista Theater, and then that one was, forget what streets it's on. I forget what street it's on, but then they have this Pam's Coffee place, a small coffee shop like right next to it. And then if you know what that is, that's Pam Grier. She was in the blaxploitation stuff, so, or I mean, best known for that. And then I was raised on the film Black Mama, White Mama, because like my dad would talk about that film preview. It's a weird thing to talk about, but they would play that commercial a lot in the 70s. And then he would yell that around the house. So then that's actually a good movie though. I forgot the name of the other but it's Pam Grier, and then she was in the Coffee and Foxy Brown or something. And she was good. So yeah, I had to go to get my W-2 form from Amazon, and then they didn't even mail it to me. And here we are, it's like February 15th. And I found the guy's email that the guy's so cheap, he has the free website builder, which is GoDaddy.com, and he uses the free website thing to put his company on there, the SoCal 101 Logistics, which is the Amazon business, so he's a private contractor. So then he should have just mailed me the W-2, but I went up there to go get it from him, but which is cool because like I just got that and then went to that Jimenez tax place, so got that done. So yeah, that's about it. Supposed to be a guest on this next one. It's supposed to be today, so I got the microphone set up, gearing up, ready to go. And thanks for listening. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and catch you guys next time.